Welcome back to Mavs-Spurs Weekly. It's your big homie, boss man, Blake.
All right, Jay, we here. Back again. We at it.
We've been missing in action, but we here. We can start with the Spurs because it's a lot going on with San Antonio. The boys are looking very fresh off an All-Star break.
Yeah.
Wimby did a good job. I do want to give him his flowers for setting the All-Star break on fire. It was a great performance by the players. They actually played basketball, Jizzle. They actually played, man. And salute to him. And actually, Fox actually made it because of Curry couldn't play. So salute to him as well. But now we are in the second half of the season, which has started, and the Spurs have picked up where they left off. They are currently riding a 9-game winning streak. Their latest victim, if I can call it that, or call them that, the Detroit Pistons. And that was a good game. I don't know if you've seen it, Jizzle, but it was very physical throughout. The referees actually, I felt like, let Detroit play, minus the Spurs, but that's just me. I'm biased when I'm looking at the game, but sometimes I just see what I see. But yes, the Spurs did defeat the Pistons. I think that was last night, and they defeated them by double digits. And Wemby had, I believe, 21 points, 17 rebounds, 6 block shots. That came right off the top of my head.
Damn. What the fuck?
But I can say that boy Duran really played him physical. You know, he didn't shoot the ball well, but you can't stop him. You can only hope to contain
him. Yeah, I didn't actually watch the game. It take me a little bit after the All-Star break to get back in the swing of things, but I was glad to see the win. Glad to see the win. Them boys got,
And everybody talks about the number 1 seed in the East, the number 1 seed in the West. Who's the best team in the NBA right now? And we know with Detroit, of course, they're the head of the East. They're the beast in the East. Cade Cunningham, which I got to give another big shout out to my homie, the king of the castle, one part of Area 51. Stephon Castle really gave Cade Cunningham the business. I think he shot, should have had my notes pulled up. I think it was like 6 of 21 or 6 of 16 or something like that. Really gave him the business. And that's the head of Detroit. But when we're speaking about who's the best in the NBA, I know the Spurs are number 2 in the West, number 3 in the NBA, but they're the hottest team in the league, Jizzle. The hottest team in the league, bro. You have to look at that. 9 games in a row. They're 7-1, bro. They are 7-1 against any team they play who was number 1 at that time. Yeah. So they can say yes. We don't have the experience, but go ahead, bro.
Yeah, Castle, and we're gonna get to the experience discussion when you talk about playoffs. But Castle, man, just looking at the box score, what do you say? 5 of 26 from Cade Cunningham, 16 points. Man, they got you got a guy back there who could damn near block any shot if he's in the right position. Then you got a perimeter defender. It's like that's what having a perimeter defender that good is gonna create certain instances where all Wemby has to do is sit back there and travel and sit back there and float around what Castle is doing on that perimeter. it's gonna push them up there. Their goal is to go up, and Castle is gonna get them in a situation that's uncomfortable to where they're gonna go up, and this shit is not gonna end well. They're gonna throw up. They're gonna have to throw up something that is not the shot that they wanted to get.
Right.
Basically, I think that's the great part about having a great perimeter defender is because you blow that fucking play up, whatever they trying to do, the shit it's stopped right there because that man is so fucking active, man. It's just hard to, they say defense win championships. Some people agree, some people disagree. KD, he'll rebuttal and he'll say, like he said many a times, yeah, defense win championship, but if you can't put the ball in the hoop, yeah, that's true. If you can't put the ball in the hoop, you're gonna lose the game at the end of the day. But when you do have that defensive front line perimeter defender and a frontline post defender like Wemby, man, oh man, it's tough. I would say any team is tough, man. It's
Yeah,
tough.
you that's the recipe if you ask me. They have a great
Yeah,
perimeter defender, and then you got somebody in that paint that can block shots all day long. Yeah, I mean, you, I'm glad you actually brought up KD because Castle gave him the business. He was all
yeah,
up in KD when they played Houston a while ago, and he really frustrated KD, and that's what Castle is good at. He's good at frustrating you, and he does not play dirty. I think you spoke about this earlier tonight. Great footwork when it comes to him moving on defense. He does,
yeah,
bro. I watched this dude like you can't juke. It's hard for you to juke him, bro, because
yeah,
he keeps his feet moving. So
yeah,
um, I agree with you. I think defense does win championships, and that's what's going to take the Spurs deep into the playoffs. And I believe that's what a
yeah.
lot of journalists are missing. This is
Mm,
not just an offensive team or a bunch of offensive juggernauts. This team plays defense. We just got to stop turning the ball
mm, yeah. Team defense at that. It's not just two guys playing defense. So, Uh, far as the turnovers aspect, I didn't watch the game, so I can't really speak to that. But I have seen in the past where Castle can, you know, his mind can get ahead of his hands, type of
over.
thing. Which you would think of a Russell Westbrook in that case, where it's like he's moving so fast, like,
Absolutely.
so it's the pros and the cons, man, with that energy level that he got, and I think playoff. You talk about playoff basketball. I think it kind of like those type of things, the mental errors and things, are I think is more magnified. Um, yeah, he gonna have to get that aspect under control. Wemby, I do feel like being the fact that Wemby has the ball in his hands a little bit more than most guys his size. I think the turnovers for him, I almost not that I don't, think it's an issue or that shouldn't be addressed or whatnot, but I kind of give him more leniency. I think just because his height, man, it's like you know,
He has to keep his head up. He has to keep his head up because he has a one defender on him at the Kings. I can't stand him starting there, but that's what he does. If you
yeah,
get past him, you know someone's coming. Keep your head up. Watch
yeah,
where they come from. If you feel like you can use them long strides to get past them or through them, then okay, cool. But if they beat
right,
you to the point where you're trying to go, give the ball up to the man that they came from. That's on your team. 9 times out of 10,
right,
it's going to be a wingman. It's probably going to be Champagne. It's probably going to be
yeah,
Vassell. Or if they want to pull the power forward off of them, then dump it down to his man. I think that's if he can get that through his mind and stop thinking, if I'm driving to the hole, once I take my steps, I'm going to the hole. No,
yeah,
because they're gonna
yeah,
test you. They're gonna be all over you. Get the ball up.
yeah,
That's all you gotta do.
yeah.
That eliminated a lot of the turnovers that he creates by doing so. And and just like Castle, he's going to the hole. He's full speed ahead. And Sometimes he just loses the ball,
Yeah.
and or they hack him, or maybe he expect contact and it doesn't come, and he loses it. So, but I think with time, they'll get better. Definitely get better.
Yeah. Yeah. But as far as the playoff experience, I feel like this is just my prediction. I do predict them getting to the Western Conference Finals. Um, from there, I feel like that's when it really kicks in, that playoff basketball shit. And I feel like once they get into that Western Conference Finals, they may lose the first game, lose the second game, but something about it tells me they're not gonna lose 4 games. They're not
Let's do
gonna lose
this.
4 games to the same team.
No, no. Let's start this before we even get there because this is a great transition. The race, or should I say, the chase for first place. That is very important, especially when it comes
Mm,
to the playoffs. You spoke
yeah.
about them losing maybe the first 2 games. If they can get home court advantage throughout the entire playoffs, it's
Hmm.
really going to be hard to beat the Spurs, especially at home. Especially at home. So,
Yeah.
we know OKC is still at the top of the West, but the Spurs is only like 2.5 games behind them now. And OKC still don't have Shea. So without Shea, we could make a move and take over first place. And me personally, playing them, I'm not worried about them. Only team I'm worried about is when we play, if we beat in the playoffs, is Denver. That's it.
Mm,
That's my
yeah.
opinion.
Yeah. I think that, and the stats will tell you, yes, Spurs got OKC ticket. In the 7 series game or series, um, stats will tell you like, look, they know what to do when they go up against them with,
Mm-hmm.
and that goes for with Shea, and that goes for without Wimby, because both things have happened. If I'm not mistaken, they've played OKC without Wimby, and they've played OKC with Shea, and I can't remember if they played them without Shea or not, but that don't even matter when you talking
Yeah,
about,
they
you
had
know.
the last game,
But
the fourth game, which was the last game they played them. Shea was hurt.
fuck. Yeah,
The
yeah.
three
So
games they
it's
had it.
right. Yeah. So the experience of it all, it may come into play. You got a lot of young guys on that team, and it's not just Wimby and Castle. You got which I think Keldon Johnson. He's more of a veteran. As far as being in this position, I don't know, but you do got some guys who have played or tenured longer. So, but the young guys like Vassell, young guys, Champagne, they never been in this situation, and you got some young guys on OKC that have been in this situation, tried and tested. So, I think, far as outer perspectives, you gonna hear people say, Spurs this year, maybe not this year, but next year, and all that shit. But like you said backstage, anything can happen in that series, and I agree with you on that.
Absolutely. Yeah, Shannon Sharp, Ocho, Joe Johnson, y'all are the biggest Spurs haters. I just want to say that just in case you ever run across it. Yeah, y'all are one of the ones who keep saying the same thing. But I ain't worried about y'all.